Territorial gains were secondary objectives in these battles of attrition. In an attempt to bleed France white, Germany struck at the Verdun fortresses, igniting a bloody battle that lasted from February to December 1916. It resulted in 540,000 French casualties, and almost as many German ones. In mid-1916, aiming to draw German troops away from Verdun and hoping to rupture the German front, the British and French launched a huge assault on the Somme. The battle raged for 4 months, but the Allies captured just 200 square kilometers. Early in 1917, the Germans fell back to a new, stronger defensive position, the Hindenburg Line. During Easter 1917, British Empire troops attacked the Germans at Arras, Vimy Ridge and Bullecourt. They made little progress and at terrible human cost. Simultaneously on the French front, losses were so high they caused mutinies in the army. In April 1917, after Germany resumed unrestricted submarine warfare, the United States declared war. By mid-1917, the British, forced to take a greater role in the war, chose to launch a great offensive from Ypres in Flanders. It resulted in horrendous casualties between July and November. 1917 was the worst year of the war for the Allies, with minimal gains to show for their huge losses. Meanwhile, on the Eastern Front, the pressure of war caused the collapse of Russia's government. The Russians sued for peace, allowing the transfer of vast numbers of German troops to the Western Front. In the spring of 1918, the Germans launched an all-out offensive on the Somme that drove the Allied armies back, but ultimately failed before the city of Amiens. Further smaller offensives followed, with similar results. By the end of May 1918, there were more than 500,000 American troops on the Western Front, with 10,000 more arriving every day. Time was running out for the Germans. In July, the German army's final offensive was turned back by French and American troops at the Marne. British, French and American forces were now attacking. A decisive blow was struck at the Somme on the 8th of August. Germany's Black Day, as General Ludendorff later described it. Other Allied units broke through the heavily fortified Hindenburg Line. The French were making gains, and the Americans began their Moussagon offensive. German morale was broken. Food shortages on the home front led to political instability, and the Kaiser went into exile. The new German government sought a peace settlement. With the signing of an armistice on the 11th of November 1918, the guns fell silent on the Western Front.